JD here, and today we are playing a game called Deer Man. I also found this one in the indie horror section, so we're gonna see where this one takes us. Start with chapter 1, why don't we? What's new? What we gonna do? What we gonna do? What you gonna do when the deer come for you? I'm a morning person. Even though I was visiting my parents, I already had planned to go out for a run in the nearby woods. I like to run. It snowed last night and we don't get any snow in Australia. I was totally up for it.
It was a cold Sunday, -5 degrees. I was out for a quick run. Which way you want to take?
We're gonna take the right way. 'Cause you go right, which is the right way, and if right isn't the right way, what's right is left.
I saw a cottage. It seemed abandoned, but the door was open.
It's weird that with the sound of those bugs, like my nose tickles.
It was mostly empty. I saw tilted picture frames hanging on the walls and a dusty cupboard by the door. It was a private place, and it looked like someone had recently visited.
I don't know what is going on with you. You leave early in the mornings and come home late at night. The only time I get to see you is when you are asleep. It's getting hard for me, and I'm afraid it's not going to work out between us. And I'm sure you know that. And I'm hoping you will do something to make it all good, Emily. I guess we just kind of... kind of curious what this out here is. Well, that's cool! I like that the deer actually interact with you and like, run away. Wooden box was locked, but I managed to open it. How odd. It didn't let me open it. Also, sorry that I have no, like, black wall behind me this time.
The woods were beautiful. Everything seemed connected.
Anyway, I have no black wall behind me this time. My dog knocked it over. My dog knocked it over, and I haven't got any staples for my staple gun to connect it back to my roof. So at this point, I've got nothing for a background. Just a lot of clutter. You can see my fella's computer back there behind me. I'm actually sitting in his gaming chair this time because mine, I have no gaming chair. My gaming chair is a bunch of totes stacked on top of each other and generally a pillow. And besides that, that's basically what I got. I Jimmy rigged my chair, but he's been really insistent lately that I use his chair because he doesn't want me to not have one. I remember I took the axe too. Huh. Found nothing useful in this cabin. Okay. But yeah, so like, he's been super sweet and he's letting me use his chair while I game. Hopefully eventually if I get enough of like a support going, I'll be able to, you know, spruce up my setup a little bit. Like, I want to get some actual, I want to get an actual gaming chair, and I want to get a good mic for my recording. You know how it be. Okay, this time we're gonna follow the arrows and see if they lead us somewhere. So much for following the arrows, eh? I'm so fucking distractible, it's not even funny.
There was a graveyard covered by snow. It reminded me of my uncle. He passed away in a car accident not too long ago. But there was something unusual. I saw an animal's leg sticking out of one of the tombstones.
You gonna interact with it, or are you just gonna be like, well, it's a foot? Strange things afoot. Is that the same one I just came from? It is, I believe, so we're gonna go this way. I'm so frickin' distractible, like, seriously. I'm sorry for those of you who watch and you're just like, bitch, you're missing everything. Just be like, I'm a distractible marshwiggle, okay, so like, y'all gotta bear with me. I'm running through my snowy horizons, and this is, kind of curious what we use the axe for. Is there a way to use it? He remembers that we took it. I mean, we have it now, but I just don't know what to do with it. I have 4 or 5 horns. Can I use it to open this? Because it's a wooden chest. Maybe it's where the 5th part is.
Clothes laid in a box? I knew there was something strange happening in these woods. Maybe someone was living here.
Okay. Maybe somebody was living here in this shed. I don't know what else they want me to do. Am I supposed to, like, pick it up and walk with it? Apparently not. Snow as far as the eye could see. Hi. Are we supposed to like go in a pattern or something? Or
Huh? What is that? Oh, shit! Run!
no fucking shit!
Don't look back! Don't look back!
I'm not looking back.
I should find a place to hide.
Let's go to his house. Why don't we? I'm pressing it, I'm pressing it, I'm pressing it, I'm pressing it, I'm pressing it. Now what?
I think that thing is gone. I should unlock the door and run back home.
We're gonna just follow instructions. Get caught. That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna get caught.
Huh?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No, no. Ah!
I woke with a migraine, my vision blurry. I was trying to make sense of what had happened. On my right, the fire burned and the kettle hissed. I saw the thing standing in front of me. Well, that thing turned out to be a man, holding a deer mask. He apologized to me and explained he mistook me for a hunter. I assured him that I was not here to hunt, but I questioned why he would have attacked a hunter. He said that he had a reason, as he poured a glass of warm water and handed it to me. He asked me if I wanted to know. Yes, I replied.
He grew up in a poor family, in a small house near these woods. He had a family, a wife and his 4-year-old. He hunted wildlife to bring food back home.
You're not gonna explain any more than that? That's all you're giving me?
One cold
Oh, okay.
winter's day, he was hunting deep in the woods. They had only enough food left for one more meal. It was almost dark, and he was far from home. He had to be quick. After hours of searching, he was exhausted and had nearly lost hope. And then he found something. He kept a far distance and drew his gun. And then he found something. He kept a far distance and drew his gun. He couldn't miss this shot. He lined up the sights and pulled the trigger. The deer fell to the ground. He ran towards it to pick it up. And right then, a baby fawn came out to lie next to its dying mother. He
Bambi!
told me it was the worst feeling of his life. He had destroyed another's family to provide for his own. As tears rolled down his cheeks, he closed his eyes tight and remembered how many lives he'd taken. He opened his eyes, and there they were, every life he took, all around him. It was hard for him to comprehend. He couldn't believe his eyes and that he was guilty of what he had done. He threw his gun and ran away. That was the last time he hunted.
I'm assuming that his family died of starvation because he didn't. He finished telling his story. As he stood, he reached out to help me up. He thanked me for listening to him. I wanted to know more after hearing his story, but it was time to go. We shook hands. He held on to my grip and confided in me. I hope you don't think I'm stupid for doing this, he said. Of course not, I replied. Deep down inside, I was almost inspired by him. His courage to protect the deer and his bravery risking his life. It really touched me. And right then, we heard a gunshot. Follow me, a hunter is near, he said, donning his mask and running out to the sound.
My heart pounded. I was afraid, but something made me follow him.
Sorry, I'm not talking very much. I don't want to talk over the dialogue, and I hear, like, he starts to talk at just random times. I'm not sure what the point of collecting all the antlers is, but I want to collect them all. I already missed a couple in the previous chapter, so...
I came across a frozen lake. I wasn't sure if the deer man went the same way, but I saw no other path.
He finished telling out to help me.
My heart pounded. I was afraid, but something made me follow him.
Now to try and figure out which freaking direction he went.
I came across a frozen lake. I wasn't sure if the deer man went the same way, but I saw no other path. I wasn't sure what happened. I couldn't see much further.
What direction should I be running? I don't know. The deer...
And then I saw him lying on the ground. He had been shot. I shouted, "Somebody help!" I shouted again, begging for help. But no one answered.
Police found a piece of paper in the deer man's pocket. It said, "I take full responsibility of whatever happens to me. I hold no one responsible. I demand the hunter is set free, so that in his next hunt he thinks twice to take an innocent life from the wild." Police did catch the hunter and dropped the charges. I could see the hunter was sorry, but, well, the deer man was gone. We buried the deer man in the same woods. That night I couldn't sleep. The next day I returned to the woods to see his grave. They're really
I was
fast.
there to thank him for inspiring me, showing me how to love the unspoken wild. A baby fawn stayed by his grave, unfazed by my presence.
Aww. They don't fear me anymore.
I knew why the deer weren't afraid of me anymore. I walked among them now. They wouldn't run. I felt welcome in these woods. That's when I decided to take the Deer Man's mission forward. There has to be a reason to live, and I had just found one. I was in the same path where I first met the Deer Man. I remember how he ran towards me, and I did the same. I started to run, faster and faster. I didn't want to stop. The deer ran along with me, on my right and on my left. For the first time in my life, I felt a true love for the wildlife. I am the Deer Man.
That was a very fascinating game. I mean, if you like deer, like, I feel really bad for the hunter because he was probably trying to feed his family and he shot a person instead. He's going to be forever scarred by the fact that he shot a person and took a person's life. Oof. Rough stuff. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm glad you're happy now. And at peace. We never found out what happened to his 4-year-old son and his wife. I'm assuming they died of starvation. Oof. Double oof. Yeah, if you like what you've seen so far, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell for updates. I try and post as much as possible. You can find me on Patreon, TikTok, Instagram, all that good shit. Special thanks to my boys. I actually have a new one to thank too. So, my memory isn't so good. Thank you to my boys, Alexander Valentine, Denying Pants 22, Mark, Snowy Skies. I'm so happy to have you on board. And of course my Black Fire Juggalo. He's having some difficulty with listing, but I appreciate you and love you so very much, and I can't wait to have you back on the list. I love you. You're amazing. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever time it is when you watch this. Yeah. Bye.